Alright, yeah, I think that's going to be the intro from now on. I quite like that. We've got some transfer news at last. It's not really transfer news, more or less along the lines of contracts and player injuries and updates and things like that, because obviously we ain't signing no one no time soon. We're just having contract extensions and contract talks, and I'm here to talk about... You get the point. Let's get into it, shall we? So, just a couple of minutes ago, Preston North End announced that Robbie Brady has signed a 2-year deal to keep him at Deepdale until 2025. Now, reception, from what I've seen so far, has been mostly positive, but when it's been bad, it's been pretty bad. I can see why. You know, Brady, don't get me wrong, quality player, puts in some really good passes and some crosses. However, when he makes a mistake, when he made mistakes during the current campaign that's just finished, they were bad mistakes, and they often led to us conceding a goal. So I can see why people would be a bit iffy about Brady extending a contract, but I really don't care, because I think Brady's a solid support option on the left, and he was outshined by Alvaro last season, simple as that. Give him more time to do his thing this season, and I think we'll be Gucci. Now, I'll also get on to the next point, but before I do, I've heard a lot of transfer rumours regarding a Rangers player. I probably should have got this page up before I began, but I'm going to go over this pretty quickly. Yeah, there we go, that's the fella, Scott Wright. Scott Wright is a winger that got linked with us a couple of weeks ago, which is news at first that came to a surprise as me, being that he's from Rangers and that he's a winger, because there are no wingers in our system. That's why I was very confused by this, but I've heard no advances for the last 2 weeks regarding this. The last thing I read is that he had talks at Uxton or medicals at Uxton, something like that, and was just waiting on an announcement, but I've heard nothing since, so I'm going to shut that down. But anyways, second point of interest is Josh Onoma have hit a block regarding his contract. P&E are understood to have agreed personal terms with Onoma, however, negotiations have hit a stumbling block at the final stage. Now, if that's wage, I have no idea, or whatever other type of term, I don't have a clue. But this isn't great news, considering this is one of our best players from the previous campaign, and he only had a very short amount of time to show us what he can do. He was fantastic. A player like this is a player we need. And if we can't nail him down, then that is a massive shame, because we're losing out big time by not signing Josh, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, we still don't know about DJ, we don't know about Cunningham, we don't know about those two players. We know about Brady now, and we obviously know Woodburn has signed on, but this is the one player that I wanted the most. And if we don't manage to take him, then that is a massive shame, but oh well. Before I move on to the final bit, I'm going to say a massive shout out to Town and Talk for providing all this news on a massively frequent basis. If you want Preston North End news outside of me and outside of other sources you might already follow, Town and Talk, in my opinion, is one of the best places to go for your PNE news. The guys behind Town and Talk, or the guy, it might be a one-person job, they tell you as much as you need to know about as much as you need to know. Anything that's going to be regarding PNE, for example, here, PNE are keen on free agent Lewis Wink, who is leaving Wickham this summer. Again, that's something I didn't know about. Obviously, just retweeting any confirmed things like this or whatnot. May 30th, PNE are expected to learn where they stand with their 4 out of contract players this week. We've got 2 out of 4 at the moment, so, you know, that's on the advance. So yeah, I highly recommend Town and Talk on Twitter. Fantastic, fantastic page. Now, final update is Ched Evans' injury, and it's a very positive update, thank fuck for that. Right, as confirmed earlier this year, the striker developed a serious medical condition which faced potentially life-changing consequences, but the 23 Players Player of the Year has undergone a successful surgery and is now on the road to recovery. Ched said, "I'm 5 weeks post-surgery and the surgery went really well. It took 3 hours, they went in through my throat, they removed some bone and some plates, which were compressing my spinal cord. But the surgery went very well. I met with the surgeon last week and he was pleased with how I'm recovering. He said once the bone is fused to the cages, that my neck will be as strong as ever, which was the best news we could have wished for. It also means I'll be back doing what I love to do next season, scoring goals and winning games with Preston," with a little bit of promotion on the season cards at the end, which we're not going to read. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff, and that's basically all the news that I am aware of at the moment. I'm unaware of anything else regarding transfer news and whatnot, so that's where I'm going to leave it. So yeah, let me know what you think about all this news. Of course, the Brady news, down for your opinion, but I think it's a good thing. The Onoma news, bad news obviously. Ched news, good news. And then of course we've had 2 transferred links, but I'm not going to talk about them too much because I don't want to spread information that is simply rumour. Because come last season, when I was discussing players that we got linked with, the only one I mentioned was Cannon. And obviously we did get Cannon, but I don't really like to express opinions regarding transfer rumours simply because it's not confirmed information. I think when people stir up rumours too much, that become too hype, we just get let down in the end most of the time, and I don't think it's a good practice. I'll only share news that are coming from reputable sources or the club itself, and that's why I wanted to bring you this today regarding everything I told you about today. So yeah, thanks a ton for watching once again. I'll let you know when there's more news, and I'll see you pretty soon, hopefully, because I'm expecting a couple of things to come up in the next week or two, maybe. Hopefully. I need content.